Hi, everyone. I'm Sunny.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Rox. And this is
Literature on the Rocks.
Summary.
Doesn't have the same effect as book club.
No, it doesn't.
It's a good effort, though.
Thanks. I tried.
So, how is everybody?
Fabulous.
So great.
Oh, great. I love it.
I have two fun questions. We'll see if we get to both of them.
Okay.
The first
Start with
one.
a better one first.
Oh. Okay. If your life was a novel right now, what genre would it be?
Oh, right now?
The self-help book.
It would be an action book because I feel
Wow.
like there's just so much happening. It's just very chaotic. There's a lot.
An action book. I think
Yeah.
of an action movie with like explosions and car chases.
That's
Is
what it
that
feels
your
like.
life?
Mm-hmm. That's what
Okay.
it feels like right now.
It's an action book without explosions. the worst action book you've ever read.
It just action like when there's so much happening, you know, and you're looking in every direction and there's
Yeah.
just a lot. That's what it feels like.
I don't know what mine would be. I read the question without having an answer. At this very moment in my
You
life,
woke up today and your life feels like
a parenting book gone awry.
Yeah.
okay.
So a self-help. Yeah, it's just all. It's not a good book.
I feel like we've got a lot going on, you guys. That really was telling.
We're all exhausted from answering that question. We're like, Jesus.
Now
it's
that I'm
a-
reflecting, now I'm tired.
yeah.
The other one.
If you're stranded on an island, do you want a library, a winery, or Wi-Fi?
Oh, geez. Wi-Fi so it can connect to someone to order wine and books.
So you could be not stranded on an island.
So I can be like, hey, I'm stuck on this island.
Would you come help me, please?
Someone come get me. That'd be great.
I feel like I might be able to make my own wine with
Yeah.
some like coconut.
Some fermented coconut.
Yeah. And pee, no!
And pee. You're going to use pee?
There'll be no pee in my coconut wine.
I guess I will use my pee to sterilize my wounds if I get hurt, though.
Oh, I don't know how sterile it is.
It is.
It's very sterile.
It's very
I
sterile.
think I would pick a library because if I'm on the island, I might as well make the most of my
Honestly,
time.
Make
Yeah,
do
you're
with
like,
your time.
I don't need Wi-Fi because I don't like people that much. I don't need wine because
I'm gonna make some with my coconuts.
and my urine.
Urine, apparently.
I'm not making it with urine.
Give me a library so I can sit and read.
Ooh, and get a fine ass tan. I'll be tanner than a motherfucker.
I hope that I'm getting picked up at some point though, because
Right, it's a staycation. No?
that's what I want it
yeah.
for. But the staycation
Do
definitely
you-
give me some books.
Okay, like Castaway. Do you remember that movie?
Yes.
So
Wilson!
I've never seen it.
Stop it right now. If you were to have been stranded on this island, like what's his face
No,
in Castaway, would
Tom
you?
Hanks.
Yeah, like Tom Hanks. Would you be able to survive? You literally are on this island. You got nothing. Can you
Survive?
Survive
I
yourself?
mean, I'd like to think, yeah.
I don't know.
I've got a lot of fat that I wouldn't even have to worry about finding something to eat for a while.
You'd be okay for
I'm
a
good
while.
For a
You're
bit.
still gonna starve.
I've got a lot of weight that'll keep
Yeah,
me
but
warm at night.
I can figure out how to fish it. Like, I'm resourceful. I feel like I could do it.
You gotta cook. Well, I guess you can eat sashimi if it's the right fish.
I can make a fire
Can you?
Yeah.
I don't know that I could.
Yeah, I think I can make it fine.
I can
With
make a
what?
fire.
With 2 sticks?
and some gas.
And a rock.
You don't have your butthole
She
gas.
does. Check my ass.
She does. She's good.
Wow. So I've been watching Survivor, and one of their final things is they have to
all I
make
can picture is Rachel bent over, like
over
trying
two
to
sticks
rub sticks behind her.
as she's farting.
You know what? You know what you would say though once the fire was there? Thanks a lot, Rachel.
I mean, maybe, but it probably has to be like, what does this fire smell like? Shit.
Yes, that true.
Okay, well, let's get into this summary. Today we're reading Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. Rox, hit us with an author bio.
All right, so Shelby Mahurin was born in Terre Haute, Indiana, on a rural farm. Her debut novel, Serpent and Dove, hit number 2 on the New York Times bestseller list and was a Barnes & Noble YA book club selection. I didn't know that it was her debut novel, and I had to look it up. That's why I was like, let me make sure this is correct. It is.
Yeah, that's cool.
I didn't
and
realize
I didn't know
this
it was
was young.
YA. Yeah.
2019. 2019, this book came out. She still lives near her childhood home with her husband, children, and pets, and has confessed that she once earned the high school title of weirdest toes.
Why would you confess that?
I don't know, but I think it's so funny.
Shelby.
I put it in because I thought it was hilarious. It was probably one of those
Unless you're taking
superlative
pictures of
things.
And
Making
get money, keep your toes to yourself, girl.
You know what?
I feel like say it now. Now go make some money off of it. You want to see these weird ass toes? OnlyFans.
Only feet.
Only feet.
Only feet. Writing Serpent and Dove began as a creative reclamation after the early years of motherhood, helping Shelby reconnect with her passions outside of parenthood.
Oh.
Isn't that relatable?
Yes.
Her spark for Serpent and Dove was ignited by an episode of Outlander that referenced La Dame Blanche, inspiring...
That's not how you say it.
How do you say it?
La Dame Blanche.
How do you say it? La Dame Blanche.
I think that was pretty good. But it was a little
twangy.
Inspiring her to explore French folklore and the myth of the witches behind Serpent and Dove's world building. Whether she's rewatching The Office, as she has mentioned is her favorite show, researching French legends, or crafting another enemies to lovers fantasy, Shelby is always bringing stories that fans love to devour, full of sharp wit and fierce heroines.
Okay.
So that's Shelby Mahurin.
Book summary, porfa.
Okay, yes.
I feel like, I mean, no offense to any of you guys. I feel like she'd be friends with us. I feel like that sounds like someone I'd be friends with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
She likes to watch The Office. She likes
Which you've never watched.
witchy brewy thing. Well, you guys have.
Yeah.
So she can fit in with you
Yeah.
guys and me because I fit
Down
in
with
with
some
you and I've never
folklore
seen
and
it.
witch history.
Yeah.
Let's go to.
And she's
didn't
got
be
the
into
weirdest
Frenchy.
toes. You know how Sunny loves feet.
We're gonna come to Indiana, Shelby. And we're gonna be friends.
Yeah, we
Yes. Love it. All right, I'll hit you with the book summary. So, in a city where witchcraft is punishable by death, a sharp-tongued witch and a rigid witch hunter are forced into a marriage neither wants and neither fully understands. Lou, on the run from her past and hiding her magic, has always survived by bending the rules, while Reed has built his life on following them without question. Their forced proximity ignites more than conflict as secrets unravel and loyalties are tested. Serpent and Dove is a story of clashing beliefs, reluctant bonds, and the slow burn unraveling of enemies who might just save or destroy each other.
Excellent.
Yes.
Good job.
I'm still questioning if this is a YA book.
Right, because they be banging it out.
They'd definitely be up in each other's folds.
Disgusting.
I don't. Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
really remember the sex scene, honestly.
It's not a
It's
very
not elaborate.
I
so
know,
maybe.
so that's why I'm thinking the YA fits.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Well,
Okay.
if this is a book that your child is reading, there is sexiness in it.
Yeah. There is.
All right, tell us
man.
about our cocktail.
Okay, so this cocktail, we're calling it the Witch's Pact. It is an ounce of cognac, an ounce of elderflower liqueur, a half an ounce fresh lemon juice, a half an ounce simple syrup, 3 ounces of chilled champagne, and 3/4 of an ounce to an ounce of Chambord. So the idea is that it is poured in a way so that the white is on top and the red is on the bottom, like the white witch and the red witch, and then you get to stir it together, and you get to make them make a pact, and then their powers combine.
And we add some gold luster so that their powers are floating around.
Yes, and then we drink it.
Cheers.
Cheers. I love a cocktail with champagne in it.
Me too. That's good.
I don't think Rox likes it very much. You need to stir it.
You need to mix it. You got
have to
all
stir
the
it.
Chambord on
I
the
can
top.
See
I don't know
that
how
it's
I feel
floating.
about it.
It's definitely sweeter.
It had a lot of simple syrup in it.
A half an ounce. You don't like it at
I
all?
don't think I like this one.
Wow, I'm surprised.
I wonder if it's the
by
cognac.
that. Oh, do you not like
maybe
cognac?
not. I guess not. I don't know if I've ever had it before.
You want a shot?
I'll drink it.
I ain't no quitter.
Mama didn't raise no quitter.
Okay, consensus. Rox doesn't like the drink, but Rachel and Sunny,
We do.
we're good. I like it.
It's
I'll
pretty
drink
sweet,
Give
but
it is. I think I didn't expect it to be so sweet.
but I do like the champagne on top. I do love a little sparkle in my drink.
I
I
do.
do.
A little
I
more
think I
champagne.
really. Oh yeah.
Go get some.
That did help.
Okay,
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Good. I'm so
Excellent.
glad we got there. Okay, we're going to jump right into the first chumpity chump chump. Also, for our listeners, there will be spoilers moving forward. We're going to deep dive this bitch.
The literature on the rocks way.
Yeah, not the OnlyFans way.
Oh God.
All right, so this is one of those books that has different points of views. We're going between Louise and Reed. So we start with Louise. Louise goes by Lou. So Lou and Coco, they're disguised as men. They're like waiting for Babette,
Who's a prostitute.
Yeah, right. She was also a Dame Rouge, which we get into really quickly. There's a Dame Rouge and there's a Dame Blanc, and you don't really. I honestly
Which
didn't
are
make the
types
connection.
of witches.
I didn't make the connection, which like duh, Sonny, but I didn't make the connection that they were a white witch and a red witch until you said, let's make a cocktail based on the white witch and the red witch. And I was like, oh, Dame Blanche, Dame Rouge. I get it.
Do you have a hooked moment?
Yes, yeah.
But the Blanche, they're all blonde and they pull from the elements, and
Yeah.
the Rouge all
Or
pull
blood
from
witches.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, so we don't learn a lot about that right off the bat, but we do understand that that Babette is a Dame Rouge. They are there to spy on Pierre Tremblay at the Belarus brothel. They go into like this room. So anyways, they suspect that Tremblay has a magical ring once owned by an ancestor of the witches, Angelica. Tremblay, which Coco doesn't know about, but Lou does.
It's a Dame Blanche ancestor.
Yes, and she's like, I don't know about your guys' whatever.
Lore?
Yeah, your lore. Yeah. Angelica's ring is some sort of lore of the witches. Tremblay recently lost his daughter who was killed by a witch, and they think that he has the ring somewhere.
She was basically like a husk when they found her. They like sucked the life out of her.
Yeah,
It
all the
reminded me
people
of
who-
Hocus Pocus, like when they sucked the
Oh,
life
yeah,
out of
the-
all the children in the world.
Oh, that's sick, actually. Yeah. Do the kids wither up and corn husk?
I mean, they don't show us that in the Disney film, but one would assume they have
I thought
to.
all the color was just like drained from their body because it's Disney. So they're like, I'm more vibrant now and you are less.
Essentially.
They are spying on Tremblay, but they've had to give Babette some money in order to do that. We're in France, by the way. It's definitely a French book.
Yes.
And they lay it on thick
Yeah. Yeah.
in the audiobook.
Even
I
like
can't
there's
wait
like
to say things in a French accent.
okay. Oh,
Okay, Lumiere.
Les poissons.
Pull up a chair.
Oh, wow. We're never going to get
As
through
the
this.
dining room
With you guys
presents
in your French accent.
ordinaire.
So they go into like this room, and there is this photo that has peepholes on the eyes. It's like almost kind of translucent looking, but she opens the peepholes and you could see through the other room. And there's Tremblay talking to Madame Helene. Helene is talking to Tremblay, and she is convincing him to sell the ring. I think he talks about like wanting to get rid of it, but he hasn't found any takers yet. But he is a curator of witchy magical items, and he can't get rid of this ring. He doesn't want it anymore, and no one wants to buy it. And she's like, sell it to me at dawn for $5,000 less than what you were asking. Tremblay admits he doesn't have it on him though. And then Andre and Gru are in this room with Lou and Coco and Babette, and they're like these.
Ruffians.
Yeah. Do you know who when I pictured them is like Cruella de Vil's little henchmen guys.
Oh.
That's what I imagine. Like
I imagine Gaston and what's the little short fat guy's name?
LeFou.
LeFou. Gaston and LeFou is who I
Yes,
thought of.
That's funny. Okay, yeah. They're like kind of doofy, but like they're henchmen. They know Lou, but they're dressed like men. They're like, oh, I recognize those eyes.
I'd recognize that ass anywhere, girl.
You smell like cinnamon.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah,
She
they're
smells
weird.
like cinnamon.
Anyway, so they are watching. They find out that Tremblay doesn't have the ring on him, and so they're like, "Well, we're gonna have to go to his house and steal it." They eventually meet up with Boz, which is Lou's ex-lover, to plan to steal the ring.
Because he's great at stealing shit.
Yeah, he's like, he's like he's not so well known that he is expected and watched when he enters parties, but he's well enough known to be invited to parties. So it's not strange for him to be in this like richer area. We switch to Reed's perspective, and it's like a royal parade is happening. He's a chasseur, and it's a royal parade. They're sent there just in case because there's been a lot of witch killings recently. He even makes a point to say that the people who die from the witch killings, he doesn't want them to die, but also the people who stay alive from the witch killings, they have it almost far off. They'll wake up with not being able to remember who their child is, or even worse, they're deformed and have some sort of crazy skin disease. I don't know. Like it's like a definitely torturous kind of a
Life after the witching.
yes, after the witching. So they're in this royal parade, and Reed notices Lou. Like Lou runs into him, and he looks at her, and he realizes that this is not a man. this is a woman. Her disguise, like her mustache falls off her face.
Oh, yeah, like it's dangling on, and she's like, "Oh, fixing it." And she's like,
And he's like,
"Excuse
you're a
me."
woman? Yeah, I'm so sorry. You're a mademoiselle, not a monsieur. Festivities are interrupted. You could smell magic when it's about to be used. And there's some people who have really good witchy detectors and they can smell it earlier than others. But sometimes you could just smell the magic lingering on someone who's after they've been killed or whatever.
Or they've used magic. It has like a distinct
it lingers.
scent.
Yes. And so Reed kind of smells it. And his friend's like, what is it? And he's like, you can smell that? You can't smell it? And then he tries to tell people, like, you need to get out of here. And then boom, there's a witch attack. And there's all these people. The festivities are interrupted.
It's a witch attack.
By a witch attack. One of them being Morgane LeBlanc. She escapes using magic. But they don't know what she looks like. So they're like, I think it was because she looks like a hag. And he kind of saves her at first. And she's like, thank you, young man. And then she shows up again when he's trying to save the king.
And she turns into like a seductive woman.
Who's pregnant.
Yeah, and he's like, I kind of want to fuck you, but
He's
also
like turned on by her. Like,
Yeah.
oh my God, and you have a baby in there? Oh.
It is
I thought
very
that was weird.
Maybe he's got a pregnancy kink.
No, that's what I thought. Like, anyways. But so, and then he's like upset with himself for feeling the way he felt towards her. But she escapes using magic. Because Reed was there, the king was saved, the royal family was saved, and now he's back home. Oh, so ashamed about how he was turned on by a witch. And the archbishop is warning Reed about Morgane. She's seductive, she's dangerous. And he urges him toward, like, maybe you should just get married because you're a chasseur.
Because the chasseur,
It's like a priest, like ish.
well, they're like a religious military.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're under the bishop. They're supposed to be celibate.
Yes.
It's only like how they say it. It's like the weak ones who can't get away from life without having the love of a woman need to
Yeah.
get married, and it's looked down upon, and they don't stay a chasseur very long after
Yes.
they've been married because that pussy too good.
You're welcome. But yeah, the archbishop even talks about the archbishop.
Sorry,
okay.
Just really quick. I had been trying to figure out what chasseur meant, and it means a chaser. And they're
They're chasing
chasing
witches.
yeah, a member of the church's elite group of witch hunters.
Once they start chasing bitches, they quit.
They're chasing that high.
It is the French word for chaser.
Okay, well,
Chasseur.
even the archbishop mentions to Reed, like a lesser man would have given in to this temptress of a woman with her pregnant belly. But he still feels shame about it. And the king wants to celebrate him because really, without him, the king potentially would have died. So Reed reflects on his relationship with Celie, who the last conversation, she basically said, I can't distract you. I need you. It was her sister that passed away. It's a Tremblay that was killed. And she's like, I need you to go and find the witches.
Yeah, focus
and
all
focus
your
on
attention
that.
there.
I can't have your heart because my vagina's way too good. And it will definitely
you will
distract
You will be torn from searching for the witch that killed my sister.
And he's sad about it. He doesn't want to marry because that's who he wanted to marry. At one point, he wanted to potentially risk his chasseurness.
He wanted to leave the chasseurs to
Yes.
be with Celie.
Yes, he was willing to, and now he's not. This guy walks in and he's like, Archbishop, you have a letter, and I don't know who it was from. It's from fiery redhead who was beautiful. And the Archbishop's like, do not talk to me about beauty. And so then he reads this letter, and he gets all freaked out, and he burns the letter, and then he tells Reed, I was just warned of a witch that's going to be at Tremblay's home. You need to go bring her back alive. And Reed's so diehard for the Archbishop. He's like, I would do anything for him.
That's his big daddy.
It's Big Daddy. Yes. He's like, if it would make the Archbishop happy, I would bring back 3 witches alive.
Yeah. As much as I would like to kill these disgusting creatures,
Yes.
my big daddy wants them alive.
Oh, gross. That's disgusting the way you're saying that, but it's true.
But it's how he likes it.
It very much so gave me Hunchback of Notre Dame vibes. Yes, so now we're back to Lou's point of view. And Lou, Coco, and Boz plan this heist. They're trying to get the ring. Lou says it will protect her from her mother. They disguise themselves and head to Tremblay's mansion built on sacred witch grounds. Like they, back in the day, cut down the woods and the woods just grew back. They were like, sucker, no, you can't get rid of me that easy. So it's like a very magical area. So it often just smells like magic. It always always smells like magic around there. Coco drugs the dogs with her blood because she's a blood witch. She's like, I'll just mix my blood with some lavender to put the dogs right to sleep. Which Lou is more concerned about her killing the dogs than anything else. She's like, you're not going to kill the dogs, right? Okay, great. Lou uses her magic to break the locks. She has to, because her kind of magic it requires balance. While the blood witches don't require them to sacrifice something.
They do.
They have to cut themselves and use their blood, but it doesn't cost them. They don't have to choose. They're not giving up or sacrificing things.
I mean, they're sacrificing their blood and their like energy for it.
It doesn't cause, they have scars in their arms and stuff, but it's not like Lou has to physically break her fingers or give up a life or, right? Like she has to break cords with something in order to get that magic back.
Because the universe demands symmetry.
Right. But the blood witch is like their magic doesn't require as much, but it also can be finicky and it can be untamed. It's a little bit wild. It's unruly, but it's unpredictable. And so even when she's like, I took their blood and I can try and see what your future holds by taking your blood, but I can't. It's only going to allow me to see what it wants me to see. And I know that there's something happening. There's something waiting for you, Lou, at the Tremblays, but I don't know what it is. I can't see it.
I thought that's just because Coco wasn't, like, that part of her magic wasn't refined.
Yeah, because
her
I think they have to
can do it.
practice.
Yes, they have to practice that part of it.
Yeah.
But it's also because the future is always changing. So I'm only seeing glimpses of what it could be.
Yeah.
Rather than this is truly what it is. Yes. So she has to like a lot of times mix it with something to get those elements. So she sees this lock and she's got to unlock it. She sees a gold cord and she sees that she can either break like a bone in her body or she can break a cord with like a relationship with Coco or Boz. And so she for a second is like, Boz, because I didn't really love him. He's self-absorbed. He's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
And then she's like thinking about it, and then she's like, I'll just break my finger. And she like breaks her finger and the lock unlocks. Boz finds the loot and Lou finds Angelica's ring because Boz is just there because he's really good at like getting in and breaking things and whatever theft, but he wants the gold and Lou wants the ring. So she finds the ring, he finds the gold, and then an alarm goes off. Which Boz is like, the chasseurs are coming. She could see through the window. She sees the chasseurs and she's like, oh my gosh. And Boz is like, can you get us out of here? She's spent. She's used all this magic. She hasn't used magic in a very long time. She doesn't have the energy and
Her fingers are broken.
Her fingers are broken. Injured. She's like, no, I can't get us out. And Boz is like, well then good luck. I'm out of here. I'm out this
just
bitch.
leaves her.
And leaves her.
She should have just severed that relationship.
Yes. And so, yeah, right? Seriously. He ends up getting caught, but then escapes again. Then we go to Reed's point of view. He's at the mansion. He's at Tremblay's house. He makes a comment about how, you could smell magic. And the wife is like, it always smells like that here. It's because of this park. So
That's exactly how it sounded in the book.
At the mansion, Reed is reunited with Celie and Jean-Luc, his quote best friend.
Fuck Jean-Luc.
I know, seriously. He's one of the chasseurs and he is best friends with Reed, flirting with Helene, who's the madame. And he notices the sedated dogs. Lou and Baz are then spotted in the window. And Jean-Luc wants to shoot, but Reed insists that they're just thieves. Like, he's like, I don't think there's a witch here. They're not witches. I saw that girl earlier. She didn't smell like magic. She smelled like cinnamon. And then Baz is briefly caught, but escapes. And then Lou almost falls from the roof, but she's climbing up the side of the building trying to escape. And she's got 2 broken fingers. And so Reed is seeing her struggle every time she uses one of her hands. Coco then flees out the window, using Lou as a distraction. Goes back to Lou's point of view. She's climbing this, and then she realizes, I have this ring. It's like calling to her. She puts it in her mouth and turns invisible. So I don't even know exactly what this ring does. When it's on her finger, it has like some sort of enchantment to it that protects her, but when it's in her mouth, it makes her invisible.
I think the ring hides her from what's trying to hurt her, which is why it hides her. Like, her mom can't locate her if she has the ring on.
She's wearing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think she was wearing the ring yet, and she just was climbing, and her fingers are broken, so she can't put it on her hand. So she's like, "Fuck it, in the mouth it goes."
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh, you need help running away from the chasseurs. Be invisible, my
It
child."
makes her invisible. Yeah. So she escapes. Everyone's like, she just disappeared. They went to go catch her. They didn't kill her. They couldn't find her. And then Lou runs away, and Coco gets away, and Reed is just so distraught. Lou meets Coco in the woods. and explains, like, it's like in an alleyway nearby. And she explains the ring's origins, and its power came from this girl named Angelica who found the love of her life. Her love of the life died. She cried so much that it flooded the world. And then she threw herself into the water and died and killed herself. And then the ring came and floated to the top of the surface. And so it was created by Angelica's grief. Coco, now outed as a witch because people saw her and they smelt the magic on her. They knew she was a witch. She has to flee the city. And Lou tells her, go to your aunt. Your aunt will protect you. Even though you guys don't get along super well, she'll protect you. And she's like, come with me. My aunt will protect you too. And she's like, I'm a dame blanc. You guys don't like us very much. So she doesn't go. And she doesn't want Coco to get found out either because she's afraid of the whole thing. She really wants to protect Coco.
If they find a witch, they put him on a stake and burn him.
Yes.
She doesn't want that for Coco.
Yes. They part ways. We're back at Reed. He's training. He's pissed that he let all these witches go. All day, he's just been one-upped by witches. And so he's a little bit distracted, and he's being mocked by Jean-Luc over both Celie and the thief girl because he's like, oh, that thief girl last night was pretty hot, huh? And he's trying to suppress his anger. He's like counting 1, 2, 3 to try and just ease his mind. And the Archbishop praises his efforts. He comes in, he tells him that the Soliette et Lune Theater, he wants to take him to the theater to basically reward him.
Yeah, he was invited to go see this theater performance, and he's like, you should come as my accompaniment, and you will guard me while I'm there.
Yeah, because you're so great. And
Captain
he's like,
of the
I just don't
chasseurs.
Yeah, he's like, I don't feel great. But anyway, so he gets praised, which I think you kind of see Jean-Luc's jealousy.
Yeah.
So then Lou, alone in the city, Lou is ambushed by Andre and Gru. These two douchebag men come and they beat her up while she's, right after Coco leaves her. She gets ambushed. She's got 2 bloody broken fingers, and then they beat her up. Now she's got a bloody face. Andre and Gru, they're like, we know you went and stole from Tremblay. Give us some of your riches. She's like, I didn't take any of their riches. I took this beautiful ring, like it's just a whatever. And they're like, don't believe her. So they're trying to beat her up. She ends up grabbing and blinding one of the guys that has her. Like, she kicks ass a little bit, and she's bloodied, but she runs and she hides in the theater and falls asleep.
They still fuck her up a bit though.
Yeah, her face is all jacked up, her hands all jacked up, and then all she does, she does get them to stop, and she grabs and like digs her fingers into his eyes. Bloodied, she goes where she lives. She lives above the theater, and she falls asleep.
Like in the rafters
Yes.
of the theater.
Yes. Reed arrives at the theater, and then he sees Lou. Okay, so she falls asleep, but the next day she wakes up and it's about to be showtime. And she's like, I haven't gotten out of here fast enough. I overslept. I need to get out of here. People
gotta
are gonna
pee
see me.
at least.
Yeah. And so she's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She goes down there and she sees Reed. And Reed recognizes her as the woman from the night. He chases her backstage. She runs. So she like sees an actress when she's coming down to go to the bathroom. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're all bloody. Do you need help? She's like, I'm fine. And she walks away. But then she comes back because she's trying to hide from Reed, who's now chasing her through the theater. Estelle screams. They fall onto the stage mid-performance, which like causes this big scandal. It looks like this man is trying to take advantage of Lou. Like the way it looks is
The
like
way he's chasing her
he's
down.
assaulting her
Reed,
and just got caught.
A chasseur who is supposed to be this holy man is chasing this woman. He's beating her, and it looks like he's like trying to have his way with her.
I'm pretty sure Lou mentions as she's running away that this is how she's going to portray it. She makes it look like he's chasing her so that it's this huge scandal so she can get away from it.
I think she was just trying to run and it just happened that way, but she fell right into it.
Yeah.
She leaned into it. It wasn't like this was her plan. It was like, oh, this might work.
Yeah, she takes advantage
Yes.
of situations. That's how she gets by.
Yes. So Estelle accuses Reed of assaulting Lou, and the Archbishop then arrives, clears the audience, and demands that Reed marries Lou to protect his reputation. He's like, the only way we can get through this, he's like, I'm gonna have to let you go. Like, you can't be the Captain Chasseur anymore when you're over here chasing women trying to put your dick in them.
You have this sexual assault case on your file.
Like, it will look like I'm going too easy. Yeah. It'll look
In
like I'm
medieval
going easy.
times on your file. On record, young blood.
On this stone, I'm going to have to chisel in this case.
They're like backstage talking about it, and he's like, look, I know how we can get around this. You can be married to her. If you're married to her, then she did something bad.
Wife is property.
Wife is property. You were just putting her in her place for stealing something from the Tremblays last night. So this would be okay. You guys are getting married. And it's like, wait, what?
I'm saving your reputation. This is how you're going to do it.
This is the way you're doing it. And
he's like, what Big Daddy wants, Big Daddy gets.
he's like, yes, Papa. I will marry her.
Yes, Papa. And then we jump into our second chumpies, which is the end of part 1, beginning of part 2, chapters 7 through 15. We're back in Lou's perspective, and they're taking Lou and Reed to go get married. And she's like mouthing off to the Archbishop.
Because
And
that's really her personality. She is like a mouthy,
yeah, she's not a quiet,
sassy, witty. Like she will just come at you with all the comments.
Yes. So she's talking shit to the Archbishop, and he basically just backhands her like, silence, wench.
It really is crazy.
And then Reed intervenes. He's like, as much as he dislikes Lou, he's like, you don't hit
A woman.
women.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Well, he starts to
What's
have
wrong
this
with you,
attitude
Baghdadi?
Like
if you're
she's
gonna
my
make
wife,
me marry her, this is my wife. Now I'm responsible for her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take
Keep
that
your fucking
responsibility
hands
for
off
her.
my
Yeah.
wife. Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. So after Reed intervenes, Lou's like, I don't feel well. And she vomits on the Archbishop, and he goes to hit her again, and Reed stops him. And he's like, okay, we're getting married. You need to stop, sir.
Sir.
So Lou realizes that the marriage will offer her protection. She's like, okay, well,
Well, because they
She
have made
knows.
comments like, oh, this woman, she talks with witches and she is with witches, but she's not a witch, right? And she's like, oh, they don't realize I'm a witch.
But
Yeah.
also she knows a chasseur is going to chase me. So what a better place to be than in the
midst
protection of the
of the
chasseurs.
chasseurs, yes.
So this is the best place for me. I'm going to
Yes.
live amongst them. They're not going to think of me as a witch.
in her mind, she's like, I'm just going to get married, and then later I'll figure out
figure
how to
out-
escape with this ring.
Yeah.
Because obviously this can't be forever.
Yes.
Right.
This man, his whole purpose in life is to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how this is going to
Yeah.
work. But for now, I'll let him protect me.
Yeah.
So then it jumps back to Reed, and he's having a hard time coming to terms because before they came to this decision, the Archbishop was outside telling the crowd, because the crowd was demanding Reed's head. Like, he is assaulting a woman, and he was like, that's his bitch. It's okay. They're married. He's allowed to beat
He
the
was
shit
just
out of
putting her in her place.
Right. So he
What a good husband he is.
Ew. So he lied to the crowd. So Reed's having a hard time putting the two together. Like, this holiest big daddy man that I follow is just lied.
He's a liar.
Yes. So he claimed they were already married, and he declares a public ceremony and baptism already occurred. And realistically, they just go to this watering hole and they get
Oh,
married and
yeah.
baptized.
He holds her under the water.
Yeah. So after he insists they consummate the union, he will verify it afterwards. So he's going to go in and inspect the sheets for blood.
Oh.
Dells magically curses the Archbishop with flatulence, giving Lou a small win.
Which is so funny because it's like he's on stage talking about how this woman is his property and they're married and it's okay. And then all of a sudden he like
starts
keels
farting.
over and just butthole explodes.
So then they take her to the Dolure River,
Okay.
and Lou is nearly drowned during her forced baptism because the Archbishop's like, 5 more seconds. Reed and Jean-Luc pull her up, and she shouts in fury, giving a false last name. Because they're like, oh, what's your last name, Louise? And obviously she can't say Dom Blanc, so they're going to be like, witch!
Yeah.
So
To
she
the
gives-
stake.
Lou and Reed are declared husband and wife, now bound by law and the Archbishop's order. After marrying, Lou and Reed return to the cathedral, where he must acknowledge her as his wife. Lou sees a bewitched body brought in and smells magic near the restricted staircase. She feels imprisoned in Reed's tiny room. He has a room built for a singular man with a bed for a singular
like a
man.
twin bed.
Military.
Bunk. And-
Military quarters.
and they're like, enjoy, you're married. Now you live here in this hole. But she starts panicking because he starts taking off his coat, and she's like, oh, fuck, he's going to rape me now. And he's like, don't worry, I'm not going to force myself on you. He's actually very chivalrous.
Yes. I was
with
going to
her.
say a good man, but I don't know about all that.
He
Respectful
is, but
in
he's
some
for
ways.
sure ignorant to a lot of things.
Yeah.
He is ignorant, but he is very respectful to
Yes.
women. So to avoid consummating the marriage, Lou cuts her arm and bleeds onto the sheets as fake proof. While Reed is gone, she searches his desk and finds a Bible and a journal of love letters to Celie. Lou's
But also, wait, okay, I'm sorry, this just came to me. You don't know her past. She for sure has slept around a little bit.
You've already known that she slept with Boz.
So how would you have actually checked? Because yes, she cuts her arm and it's like there.
Yeah, I was gonna say
bleeding.
earlier
She
when they
wouldn't
were
have bled.
saying, when they were saying that like they were gonna check and verify later. Not if she wasn't
a virgin.
a virgin.
But even then, some virgins don't bleed.
That's true.
It's an archaic
so
thing.
This is just a
didn't-
thought.
I mean, I don't remember, but
Lou sleeps in the bathtub that night, but Reed wakes her and insists she takes the bed. He's like, I'll sleep on the floor. You should sleep on the bed. You're my wife now. I'm responsible for you. So their budding connection is cut short when they argue about the Archbishop and her plan to return to the theater. She's like, this is temporary. My house is above the theater, brother. Then it jumps to Reed, and he's training with the chasseurs while enduring teasing about Lou. Jean-Luc goads him about her looks and questions his feelings for Celie. Reed is called to interrogate Lou, but discovers she's missing, and his anger turns to concern. Lou returns in pants, saying the guards didn't try to stop her and seemed disappointed that she came back. He was like, oh, she finally left. Hell yeah, I'm out of this marriage. And then she's like, I came back in pants. You can't expect me to wear that dress all day long. So Reed focuses on questioning. They take her down to interrogate her, and he's questioning on the Tremblay theft. Lou lies, claiming the witch's name was Alexandra, and lists enemies: Andre, Gru, Helene. And Reed connects Helene to the tip about the Tremblay robbery, and he's like, I know that fiery redheaded madam of the night. And he demands more answers. Lou cheekily insists he say please. He's like goading her, and she's like, maybe if you say please. Big chasseur. She calls him Shass. Then back into Lou's point of view, she shares a limited version of events. So she's hiding the ring and her witch heritage, and she schemes to get upstairs because she's like, nobody puts baby in a corner. You can't tell me to go up these stairs.
Yeah, because they tell her it's like a forbidden area to
you're
go.
not allowed
You're
to
not
go
allowed
there.
to go there.
You have to stay there. You haven't made it to a
This
point
is
where
chasseur
you can go
only.
there.
So, of course, she's now curious and wants to go.
She wants to investigate the magical activity. Reed assigns a guard who is a young guard. His name is Ansel.
I liked Ansel.
Me too.
I love Ansel. She taunts him about his journal, so she's talking shit to Reed, and she's
Well, because she's mad about him assigning her a guard.
Right.
And so she's like, I don't need a guard. And he's like, you're going to have this guard. You're my wife.
and she's reading his love letters that he wrote to Celie out loud until he because she takes the journals and she runs into the bathroom and locks the
And
door.
starts reading them aloud. Yeah.
And so he breaks
She does
down
a bunch
the door.
of stuff that, like, just to kind of push his buttons. Like, she sings
hell
about
yeah.
dicks and stuff. And
Oh, it's like a bar,
Big Titty
like a
Betty
bar
or
song.
something like that.
Big
Yeah.
titty
Yeah.
Liddy.
Oh, yeah.
She learns because she's now Madame Diggory.
Right.
That's his last name. That's now her last name.
Because Ansel's last name is Diggory.
Yes. And she's like, oh, are you related to
Are you my long lost cousin? He's
Yeah.
like, what are you talking about?
All the orphans that come to the church are given the last name Diggory. Lou plays on Ansel's sympathy and coerces him like, you should give me a tour. I'm new here, baby Shass. Walk me around. And she sings the vulgar pub song to distract him, and then bolts up, which is Big Titty Liddy, and then bolts up the stairs following the scent of magic. She's caught by a priest, and she's rescued by Coco. Coco's upstairs posing as a healer who vouches for her. She's like, oh, the lady chasseur here would like to help out all of the infected that are here. So they're
She's so great. We love her so much.
Yes, look at this woman, chasseur. In the infirmary, Lou sees disturbing victims of witchcraft and hears about the new drugs the priests are developing to paralyze witches. Coco says she stays behind to help Lou and offers to take her to the Dame Rouge camp, and Lou opts to stay at the cathedral where Reed's oath protects her and decides to secretly train with Coco to prepare for Morgane. So Reed barges in while Lou is bathing. Both are embarrassed, and he asks her about her scars because she has scars on her neck, and she doesn't tell him about them. Then tells her that Bastine has been captured and sentenced to hang, and Lou panics, knowing she must use magic to save Baz. And after Reed leaves, she uses a candle to hide her scent and puts Ansel in a trance, and she magically helps Baz escape. Then she moves a dazed Ansel into the library and fakes a Bible study. He's like coming to, and she's like, we're reading the Lord's word, Ansel. What do you mean? What are we doing here?
But
She's
she
so
reeks
witty,
of
it's funny.
magic.
Yes. Reed and Jean-Luc arrive, and Reed smells magic. Coco intervenes, claiming they hadn't washed properly after the infirmary visit, and Lou defends Ansel, moving him to tears. So Reed tells her that they discovered Alexandra in Cosette Montfaucon.
I don't know.
Alexandra, who is the witch that she said she was with, in Cosette Montfaucon. He accuses Lou of lying about her past with Bass, but she denies it, but he sees through her. He's like, something's not right here. So Lou and Reed attend evening mass led by the Archbishop, and the Archbishop boasts about past achievements. Lou mocks by singing Big Titty Liddy again. She loves this song.
Yes.
During a call and response, Lou mutters that the Archbishop is a hypocrite. Reed is embarrassed while Jean-Luc is amused. Jean-Luc is such a shitty Reed. He is so clearly jealous that Reed got the
Captain's position.
yes, and he's
Yeah.
such an asshole.
Yeah, he is.
Lou observes that Reed and Jean-Luc joking like boys, and Lou ponders the contradiction of mercy and bloodlust for witches. Reed apologizes for yelling at her, and Lou pretends she's fine, but feels like a hypocrite. In Reed's perspective, Lou complains about the lack of books in the Chasseur Tower, and Reed has a hidden novel. It's a
I
love
liked
story.
him at this point.
Lou mocks the romantic tragedy, which hurts Reed, and he finds the ending hopeful, and despite her cynicism, Lou asks to read it. Helene arrives to speak to Lou privately, alarming her. The Archbishop intervenes, forbidding the visit. They clearly dislike each other, and as guards escort Helene out, she lunges at Lou and whispers, "Your mother is coming for you." And Reed pulls
If she
Lou
doesn't,
away.
like, you don't hear all the things, but like in the moment, it's like she lunges at her and says something, and then all of a sudden Lou is
Like,
interested.
super-
Like, I want to know what she's gonna say
Yeah.
to me. Yeah.
Reed pulls Lou away as Helene is dragged out despite her protest.
And then we jump into part 2, chapters 16 through 25. So it's in Lou's perspective, and Lou dreams of Morgan cutting her, a memory from fleeing a sacrifice and healing herself with magic. She wakes shaken and trains magic twice daily. She ends up realizing, like, okay, if I'm gonna be here and I have all this protection, I'm gonna go hang out with Coco and I'm gonna practice my magic so that when she comes for me, I'm prepared.
Because, like, that's where her neck scars are from, is her mom trying to slit her
Sacrifice
throat
her.
and sacrifice her.
Yes, it's a nightmare that she's having, and it's just this core memory that she realizes, I need to really get my magic in order.
Yeah.
Fucked up core memory.
Yeah,
right.
But she does find some comfort in lying beside Reed.
She's being kind to him, and she's like, "You can come and lay up here,
Yes,
Shaz."
you don't have to sleep on the floor.
Like, they're slowly building a friendship between the two of them,
Yes.
even though they hate each other or who each other represents.
Right. She does realize that when he's there lying next to her, she finds some comfort in it. She remembers that on her 16th birthday, she had to escape from a Dom Blanc, and they were trying to sacrifice her, and it was meant to fuel a witch uprising. Then Reed invites Lou to play La Vie Éphémère. Despite her cynicism about love stories, she agrees. Lou and Ansel run into Jean-Luc, who unnerves her by calling her a clever little witch. At the infirmary,
He does that a couple times.
Yes.
He calls her a clever witch.
So at the infirmary, Lou and Coco witness Father Orville paralyzing Bernard for trying to escape, showing church cruelty. So in the infirmary, they have all these witches held captive, and they keep injecting, I don't know, some kind of elixir into their veins, and it paralyzes them almost
Right.
to the point where they don't move and they're just kind of vegetables.
Yes.
And
Because it's
she-
better than whatever the lives they're living, basically. Yes, yes, yes.
And so while she's there, the Father Orville comes into the infirmary, and because she's sort of gaining some trust amongst the chasseurs, and Coco is a trusted, I forget what they call her. She's not a healer, but like a nurse.
Yeah, she's basically like a nurse. Yeah.
So they were all kind of gaining trust. The father comes in and he's like, well, I'm going to do this thing. You guys don't have to leave. You can just hang out, do what you're doing, because they've been hanging out in the infirmary quite often.
Yeah.
So he comes in and he does what he's going to do, regardless of the fact that they can see it. She's realizing that the church is just being cruel to these people.
They're running tests on them to, like, they're already in horrible states.
Yes.
And they are just running these tests. And in their head, they're like, well, we're taking away their pain, and we're basically turning them into vegetables.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just pictured like a insane asylum.
Yes,
And they're
exactly
just
what I
giving all
pictured.
of them lobotomies.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, that's what I imagined.
Drug induced morphine. Like,
Yes.
they're just
Drugged
up and bleh.
Blobs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, a lot of them are so miserable that they're trying to kill themselves, or they're
Yeah, because they're literally prisoners and can't move, can't talk.
Yes.
So when they do come to and get a little bit of strength, oftentimes they try to just kill themselves.
Well, they're even like locked up sometimes. Like, you can't leave this seat. I've got chains on you.
So then at the play, Lou wears a new dress and a hood, recognizing Estelle, a childhood friend and actress. So after the show, Estelle attacks Reed to capture Lou, but is subdued. Estelle is publicly mocked and tied to a stake. And Lou's like really trying to get them to stop. Like, don't do it. Leave her alone. And they insist on doing it. And they tell her, you don't have to watch. It's okay. And Lou's like, no, I need to watch them do this.
'Cause
We
it's
don't
her
know
fault.
this at the time. We find out later. At least I didn't get the understand it until later when Ansel talks about it. He talks about how she absorbs Estelle's pain while she's being burnt at the stake. I didn't get that from
was
the
taking the
initial
pain.
from the initial part of the story when they were going through it, because she's bawling her eyes out and she has this visceral reaction to Estelle getting burned. I thought it was just because she caused this lady to get burned at the stake and she felt bad about it.
I think it makes a comment like she's watching this and she's like, this is my fault. I'm the witch killer because I'm not doing anything to stop it. I didn't stop Reed from taking her.
Yeah.
I know what I need to do. And I think in the moment she says, I know what I need to do, and then she collapses, I thought, oh, she's taking her place. She's taking her pain.
Oh, see, I didn't catch that. I just thought, oh, she's really upset.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
About
I thought she was
her
taking it.
being the
taking
reason
it.
for Estelle
was
to do it.
taking it
So
for
then when
Estelle.
Ansel explains it later and
Yeah.
why he knew at that moment that she wasn't a bad person.
She's a witch, but she's not evil.
Yes,
Yeah.
he explains all of that, right?
Yes.
I thought, oh, that all makes sense.
Yeah.
But it took like 3/4 of the book.
Okay.
Anyways, after that, go to Reed's perspective, and Reed cares for Lou during her 3-day unconsciousness, because after they kill Estelle at the stake, she kind of just goes unconscious for a while, and he still believes witches deserve death. Because Lou tells him, I think at some point, I don't know if it's after she wakes up or whatever, but she tells him that you don't have to kill every single witch, and he basically tells her his reasonings behind it. Like, no, all witches are evil.
They're
And that's
demons.
what we're taught.
Yeah.
Sent by Satan.
To
Satan.
wreak havoc on the world.
Satan.
Yeah.
And they should be put to death. They have no real reason to be here
Well,
in this
and
world.
he sees what
He's
like,
been taught
when
by the Archbishop.
when they go to the infirmary. Even Lou makes a comment like, maybe one side isn't completely innocent in all
Sure,
this, because
right.
look at what they're doing to these people. He's only seeing the one side. Like, look at what they're doing to these people. These people are being killed and being tormented, and this is brutal, horrible stuff. They are clearly from
Hell.
hell.
Straight from hell.
Yes. So Lou asks what fate she'd deserve if she were a witch, and Reed says the same. Coco reassures Lou her survival was right, and Ansel admits he knows Lou is a witch, but supports her, moving Lou to tears. He figured it out pretty quickly that she was a witch, and he was nice to her and continued to be nice to her, and says he doesn't care that she's a witch, he's still going to be her friend, and she just realizes, wow, not all
Yeah.
the chasseurs are assholes.
Well, he's
And
not
it's-
officially a chasseur yet.
He's
Like in training to
Yeah.
be one. Yeah.
But he is supposed to have this mentality that all the
Yes.
chasseurs have,
Yeah.
and he doesn't, and so it moves her to tears. Inspired, Lou studies the Bible in the cellar
in
library.
the same way that not all witches are evil, not all chasseurs.
That's what she's
Yes.
realizing.
Yes.
Yes.
So she's like, this Bible stuff might not be all bad.
yeah,
Yes.
let me take a look at what they're learning in here.
Yes.
She finds the Archbishop sneaking sticky buns. And
She loves a sticky bun.
And so Reed braids Lou's hair and shares his past, including regrets about Jean-Luc and Celie. Lou asks Reed to leave his chasseur coat and takes him outside the church. Oh, she's like, let's get out of here. We need
Not
to
you. I don't want.
Yes.
I don't want Reed the chasseur. I want just Reed.
Yeah, let's just get out of here. Let's go out, have a good day. But don't take this chasseur jacket with you. I don't want the world to see you as who you are. Let's just be two people out in the world and have a day.
Yes.
Take me to get some sticky buns,
Yes.
you big
Yeah.
shass.
So then they share a sticky bun at Pan's patisserie. Then they play a question game and dance in the snow. And Coco informs them Bernard has escaped. Lou is shaken but hopeful. At the Christmas Eve royal ball honoring Reed, Lou sneaks in to avoid her mother's spies, and she finds Reed with Celie. And it's a big moment because Celie is mad. So then Prince Beauregard
Oh.
Beauregard flirts with Lou, who rebuffs him and notices Reed and Celie disappear. The Archbishop warns Lou away from Reed, and Lou spies on Reed and Celie in the garden. She tells him, you haven't been married that long, you could just have it annulled, calling Lou everything Reed hates, and Reed admits he doesn't love Lou yet, but he might. So then Lou overhears and commits to honesty with Reed. They dance and their chemistry grows, but Coco warns Lou that love with the witch hunter is doomed. You guys can't be married. This isn't gonna work.
Yeah, this fairy
And
tale
Coco
will
starts
not
to pull
end
her
well.
covers, Lil.
What
She's
are
like,
you
what's
gonna-
going on here? What's going on between you two?
Yes.
Because I know it's not just a facade
This
anymore.
isn't just a like.
I saw
a
you
fake
two
thing.
dancing.
Yeah.
Yeah. More is happening here, and this is not going to end
Yeah.
well. And so in the carriage, Reed pulls back from kissing her, though Lou still hopes for a happy ending. We jump to Reed's perspective, and Reed sleeps on the floor, but Lou invites him into the bed. This is when she tells him, like, you don't have to keep sleeping down there. Like, just come up here. And he restrains the desire, and they talk about his beliefs and witch magic, and Lou explains witches inherit magic from ancestors, not hell. Oh, because he's like, they're all from hell. And she's like, what are you talking about? They actually get their magic from the ancestors. And he's like, what are you talking about?
Well, and she's like, let me educate you.
Yeah, well, she tells him, like, you're a witch hunter and you don't know their history?
Yeah.
Like, how could you do that? And he's like, well, how do you know all of this? And
And he's talking about how, like, even, like, well, there are no men witches. Like,
oh, yeah.
Right? Like, they've obviously, whatever, because, and women are seductresses.
Witches only bear females. She's like, what?
That's true.
That's not true.
Yeah.
They have men.
They just don't have magic.
Get rid of them.
Yeah, they just
don't
don't
let them
keep
stay.
them.
Yes.
And he's like, what are you? His mind is blown. There's
Yes.
this whole ancestry about witches that he was never taught.
Yes.
And it's really just opening his eyes to something else that there could be, right? They cuddle and they joke about consent because now it's starting to get a little flirty.
It is. I think their banter at this point gets really cute.
Yes.
It's like,
So on St. Nicholas Day, Lou and Reed admire festival lights and they plan gifts. Lou promises not to run and visits blacksmith Abe to buy a dagger, but gets locked inside. Andre and Gru arrive to kill Lou in revenge.
yeah, blacksmith Abe is a real asshole.
Yeah, fuck Blacksmith Abe.
And they come back to kill Lou.
Yes. And so then Lou fights using her magic and she's burning coals. She's killing Andre and she finishes Gru and hides the magic by stoking the fire. Reed breaks in as the villagers gather. Lou collapses into his arms and kisses him, hiding her magic from him. And that ends my trumps.
Yeah, it was like a big to-do because asshole Abe locks the front door, sneaks out the back.
And she's like waiting for him to go get a gift for Reed. Like, she's like, I want to buy him this dagger.
And these
he's
two
like, yeah, let me
lowlifes
go see if
walk
I
in.
got it. And he disappears. And she's like, he's been gone a while. And then all of a
And
sudden,
then they're like, hello, Louis.
Louis.
Bonjour, Louis.
Bonjour, Lou. So now we go into parts 2 and 3, chapters 26 through 33. From the perspective of Lou and Reed they report the attack by Gru and Andre, who's dead. She killed those assholes.
Hell yeah, she did.
They start questioning her and they're like, she basically is like, look at me. They attacked me. This is self-defense. So Lou brings Reed to her childhood home at the Soleil et Lune. She like tells him, oh, do you want to tell it? I'm going to tell you a secret. Oh, this is one of their banters, right?
Yeah.
They're like, she's like, I want to show you a secret. And he like gives her a hard time. And she's like, if you don't stop giving me a hard time, I'm going to get naked in the street here. And he's like, do it. Worked out for me the first time you made a scene. Let's see you do it this time. And so she starts to get undressed. And then he's like, oh, you can. I want you to, but you do have an audience. She turns and she says, Pan. And she's like, you're lucky. And he's like, I knew it was too much for you. Naked in public is not your thing. You just like to give me a hard time. So then he's like, tell me your secret. And she's like, I don't want to anymore. So she takes him to the Soleil et Lune, her old stomping grounds. She takes her up to the attic of the theater. She reveals it was the first place she ever felt safe because he's like, this isn't your home anymore. And she's like, it'll always be my home. She shares fragments of her past. Grew up far from Cesarine, estranged from her mother, who scarred her throat. She's the one who hurt her. And then she became a thief to escape her mom. But when Reed starts to ask her more questions, she kind of is like, I'm not ready to talk about that. You asked me not to lie to you, so just don't ask me about my past. Reed calls her story compelling and teases her for cursing.
He
She
doesn't. He's a
cusses.
man of God and would never. Until he does.
Lou takes Reed to the theater rooftop, sharing her belief in a God who respects women. So contrasting what Reed believes is God. Reed rejects the Archbishop's view of Lou as property and gives her a mother of pearl wedding ring from his mother. He's a beautiful
he only has this one artifact from his mom.
Only
Yes.
heirloom.
Yeah, it's only anything. Like he doesn't even know who his mom is, but I know that
it was
this
with
was
him
hers.
when he was given over, or like left to be orphaned.
Yes. Lou realizes she loves Reed and initiates their first sexual encounter, and they share a peaceful morning at Pan's. It is an awkward sex scene because she realizes, like, oh, he's a man of God. He's never done this before.
And he's like shaking and super like, he's like, we're going to do this.
Shivering in his timbers.
Yes, his timbers were shivered.
And I think she even tells him at one point, this is how you touch me.
Yes.
And so I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
so
she really
scandalous.
guides him.
So scared. They're
like, "This is what I
married.
like."
It's all fine in the eyes of the Lord.
With a T.
Lord.
It's weird for sure, but it's also kind of cute because
It's
she
kinda
sees
romantic.
him where he's at and tries to meet him, and then he
leans
brings
in.
it.
Yeah, he leans in.
He's like, "All right, that's what you want.
This
can
is how I do it?
Okay, yeah. Bring it on, girl." But they do wake up. It's on the top of the roof. They wake up and they have a peaceful morning. They go and eat sticky buns at pants. Then Helene appears, startled by the ring because she sees the ring on Lou's finger and asks if Reed is kind. Lou notices Helene's resemblance to Reed and realizes that she is his mother. And it's so funny because obviously, Reed doesn't know who his mom is, but all of a sudden, Lou realizes who his mom is. Helene warns that Morgane is in the city. And when she does, I think that's when she realizes, oh, this bitch a witch. And she's Reed's mom. They return to the cathedral and they're attacked by possessed Monsieur Bernard. Reed kills him. Lou goes to kind of protect him. Like, no, he might recognize me. Let me try to protect him and bring him back to the
sanity.
Yeah. And so when she goes, she touches him and he all of a sudden comes to because he's kind of got these like milky colored eyes and he's kind of not
like in a
very
daze.
lucid. Yes. And when she touches him, he comes to and he's like, oh, my darling, or whatever. I'm going to find you. It's like he's like
He's
possessed.
like someone,
Possessed, yes.
Yes. He's like possessed and telling her basically what her mom would be saying.
I know where you are now.
Yes, I'm coming for you. But outside, the ye old sisters are preparing a play. It's Christmas time. So that all these things, like they're buying each other gifts and they are like the
Frolicking in the snow and getting coats.
Yes, and getting ready for all the celebrations that Christmas brings in. So Reed asks Lou if her mother is going to be coming for her based on this conversation with Bernard. And she starts to reveal her secret. But then the Archbishop interrupts, accusing Lou of deceiving Reed and calling her a serpent. The Archbishop stays close as the play begins. Oh, so he
tells her
sends
to
Reed
stay
away.
close.
He sends Reed away. Like, you need to go. There's supposed to be all these witches or women out in front of the king's castle. You
Go
need to go and
do
protect
your job.
him. Yes. And I will stay with Lou. And as he's sitting there with Lou, he makes some comments like, you're staying close and you're a serpent. You're deceiving Reed and blah, 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 whatever. I'm a real
You can make
asshole.
him think that you love him, but he'll
Yes.
never love you.
Yes. As he leaves, he does turn to Lou and tells her, I love you.
Oh, Reed. Yes.
Yeah, Reed, as he's leaving to go take care of
Oh
the king.
yeah, because the Archbishop
says-
is like, I'm gonna keep her here, and he's being shuffled off to go do his work.
Yes.
And they just had a great day. He just finally turns and he's like, I love you, and she's kind of like taken aback by it.
Yeah, and then someone comes in, they're like, hey, everyone's waiting for you, Archbishop. They have this play they want to show you. Which, by the way, I will get into the play, but this chapter they talk about their Christmas beliefs. I had a comment like, what kind of Christmas do they believe in? Because it's like the play starts and they talk about like, we all know the story of Saint Nicholas. I know the story of St. Nicholas, sure. The bringer of gifts and protector of children. And then we know the evil butcher, Pierre Fautetard, lured the foolish brothers into his meat shop and cut them into little pieces. She sliced her hand through the air to mimic a knife. Those near her drew back with disapproving looks. We know St. Nicholas arrived and defeated Pierre Fautetard. We know he resurrected the children and returned them safe and whole to their parents. She inclined her head. We know this story. We cherish it. What kind of fucking Christmas are they celebrating?
A non-butchered one.
Yeah,
Well,
like, dang.
most children's stories have some very dark.
Like,
The
I'll die.
reanimation of children.
Yes.
Merry Christmas.
Thank goodness for Saint Nick who brought us back our zombie children.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, I just thought it was an interesting take on Christmas. I'm sure there's the root of our Christmas stories can be dark and twisty, so I guess fine. But then they start talking about, this is a story you might not know. And the Archbishop is close with Lou and he tells Lou, like, stay with me until the very end. Do not leave my side no matter what. This play starts and it's performed by an all-female troupe, which horrifies him at the very beginning.
Who allowed these women to be unaccompanied?
And she's like, they're literally called ye old sisters. Like,
She does tell him that.
You dumbass.
I don't know what you expected.
but so the play starts, they start to like play out the Archbishop's life. And I don't think they like actually say, this is your Archbishop, but it's very obvious. This is the Archbishop. He's being seduced by a witch who then he sleeps with and she gets pregnant and the witch bores his child. And Lou realizes the narrator is Morgane in disguise and the Archbishop is her father. Whole story
That's a big
is
one.
about how the Archbishop is her daddy and Morgane, he slept with the
mom.
Queen Witch and she is the daughter of that. So during the witch's attack, the Archbishop kills one actress, Reed kills another, and they barricade the church. Reed locks Lou in their room, demanding the truth. Before she can answer, a witch crashes through the window, accusing Lou of betraying her kindred. And Lou uses magic to protect Reed, revealing her powers. So she doesn't have to tell Reed. Reed just watched it
I think
happen.
she gets beat up like crazy.
Yeah.
And then Ansel's like, help Reed. Like, just do something. He's
gets
fighting
taken.
this witch.
The witch threatens Reed's life. But,
Yeah.
but she's so beat up, Ansel, and Reed is like, use me.
Well,
use me to
Ansel's
fight this
like,
witch.
you gotta help him, and then Reed's like, use my energy to defeat her, and
Take
so
me.
she
Yes.
ends up doing it.
Eventually, Lou submits and is injected with a syringe, losing consciousness after confessing love to Reed. Lou wakes up in Ansel's arms, weak, but given a partial antidote to whatever this was in the syringe. Reed battles the witch, and Lou uses magic to help lure and kill her. Reed feels betrayed, questions Lou's capacity to love, and then disowns her. He tells her, like, you're not my wife.
Oh,
and
because
you've
she's like,
never-
but you're my husband. And he was like, no.
Because he realizes right
Not
then
anymore.
and there, you're a witch,
witch.
and I can't love you. I'm not supposed to.
Yeah, so he disowns her, and then she flees. She runs away.
Heartbroken.
Totally. She's torn apart, and only to be captured by Morgan. Ansel then reminds Reed, Lou is Morgan's target and must be protected. Reed initially rejects responsibility. He's like, she's a witch. She lied to me. I'm done. But he did let her leave, which to him is like, I let her leave because I couldn't kill her. Mm-hmm. I couldn't do what I was actually supposed to be doing and kill a witch because I do love her. Mm-hmm. Jean-Luc suggests chasseurs suspect Lou is a witch, and the Archbishop orders a manhunt. Reed fights Jean-Luc and refuses to help. Ansel, because he's not going to go and find his wife and kill his wife. Ansel pleads with Reed to save Lou, and Reed agrees. Coco reveals she and Ansel knew Lou was a witch and brings Reed to the Belarus to meet Prince Beau and perform a locator spell.
Yeah, he's
so she's
mad.
like,
He's like,
surprise, I'm a witch. Ansel knew I was a witch. Also, Lou is a witch. I knew, and
the
Ansel
prince
both
knows
knew.
we're all witches. Like, get with the times, Reed.
Yeah, and
He's
Reed's
like,
like,
"Of
am I the
course."
only one
Yes.
that didn't know?
And Ansel's like,
yes.
basically, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you
and
didn't.
he's really upset by it.
Yes.
Like, why didn't anybody tell me?
Well, because it's also like, wait, so, and the Archbishop is her dad? Like, you guys all knew this was the case? Like, well, we didn't know that part, but.
And
found
Ansel's
out.
like,
We weren't
I've
surprised.
known for a while.
Yeah.
Like, how did you not know? You
Yes.
slept with her every night.
And that's
Yeah.
when he talks about, like, the moment I found out was
Yes.
because
She took that
she
woman's
took
pain.
that woman's pain, and I knew she was a witch, but she wasn't evil.
yes.
They go and they perform this locator spell. Reed recognizes Coco as Cosette, as the lady from the infirmary, and realizes that it's the witch from Tremblay's townhouse. Her spell locates Lou in La Forêt de You, but only a Dame Blanche can access the forest.
It's like their castle where their witches go.
And it's almost Christmas, so they have their own Christmas celebration that they're
Yes.
going to be doing.
And only those witches can go there.
Yes.
They
Because
see.
it's hidden. It's like magically
Yes.
spelled so
Only
other people can't go.
Dame Blanche can see it. Madame Helene arrives. She reveals herself as a Dame Blanche and recounts the ancient feud. Angelica, the first Dame de Saucier, and Constantine, who helped forge Balisarda.
Oh, that's the chasseurs. All the chasseurs have
Their
a
sword.
special blade,
yes.
and they're called a balisarda.
Like Angelica and Constantine, they were lovers, and they had this tragic end, which sparked centuries of war. But Morgan conceived Lou as a weapon to destroy the royal bloodline, and the king is a whore. He's got a whole lot. He's got like 26 children with different women.
Even more. Like, it's unknown how many fucking kids are out there.
Yeah,
Once
they
you
only
kill
know of 26, yes.
you kill them all.
Yeah, well, she's saying that if I kill my bloodline, it's in turn, that's the trade. The balance is I will give up my bloodline to kill his bloodline.
Which
And
is
so-
why killing Luis will kill off all the children of the king.
Well, then Helene admits to tipping off the Archbishop to protect Lou. She basically told him in that letter that he burned, your daughter is going to be there tonight.
Daughter's a witch. So he knew the whole time since
was a
they
witch
said,
and it's my
yes,
daughter.
That's why he kept her there to protect her.
Even though he was a real shithead the whole
Oh,
time.
God, he was an asshole.
So Reed realizes Helene once loved King Auguste and Morgane stole her son, Reed. And Reed realizes that he is the son of Madame Helene and King Auguste.
And she never, like, she was forced. Like, he was stolen
Yeah.
and taken away
Because
from her.
witches aren't allowed to have
Boys.
Yes.
So
She was forced to give him up. That's why he's an orphan.
yes, the queen of all witches, Morgane, was her like best friend, and she confided in her, trying to tell her the story, thinking she would have mercy on her. And Morgane was like, "Nope, we're taking your baby." Helene was still in love with the king, which pissed off Morgane. Unable to accept a witch as his mother, Reed focuses on just rescuing Lou. It almost pisses him off that now he's a relative from a witch. The group prepares for the rescue with a 2-week deadline.
And then we jump into the last Chumples.
Chumples.
Part 3, chapters 34 to 41. So back into Lou's perspective, she wakes up paralyzed in Morgane's arms, and Morgane reveals she stole the poison from Bernard and perfected it. Like, oh, these priests started the work, but I did the rest. And Lou notices Morgane took Angelica's ring, which could have saved.
Can I just really quickly, because we're talking about how basically the witches won't be tormented now if we kill the king's bloodline, we have a fresh start. Wouldn't Lou and Reed's marriage be some sort of way to stop the torment as well? She is the child between the archbishop and the witch, and he is the child of the king. Couldn't there be some sort of something there?
I think
Also-
so. Instead of killing off the bloodline, bringing the bloodline together.
Yes.
They would have to make a child.
make a baby. Well, he's already practiced once.
Real incest in this one.
No,
There's
they're not
no
They
related
share
at
a
all.
father.
No, they don't.
didn't.
Morgane and the archbishop.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Reed's daddy is the king, not the archbishop.
And
I thought the king
Helene.
was the archbishop.
no,
No.
they're two different people.
Incest.
We're never going to win. All right, so she's with
He was raised by the archbishop, but it was not his
Incest.
daddy.
But it's not his biological daddy. His daddy is the king.
Yes.
He's
Biological
Beau's
daddy.
brother. So Lou notices Morgane took Angelica's ring. Reed's rejection and Morgane's control push Lou into despair because she's just in her head like, he is not going to save me. I'm going to die. He told me I'm not his wife.
Yeah.
So Morgane insists that Lou accept her ritual fate and plans to heal her to look like the maiden. So Morgane scorns Lou for losing her virginity, and she's like, oh, well, at least we can hope you're not with his child. And Lou loses consciousness and then later wakes at Chateau Leblanc, guarded by Manon. Manon was once her friend, but now that she ran off, she's just a guard. So Manon offers Jasmine, which is a love symbol, but Lou questions her sisterhood. Morgane blames the chasseurs for corrupting Lou, and Lou urges peace. Morgane is focused on revenge and denies loving Lou. Like, you are just a means to an end.
You were truly just produced. So, and she's like, how can I love something that came from my worst enemy? Like,
Right.
the archbishop is someone I hate. Why would I love you? You came from him.
Exactly.
Ugh.
So Morgane threatens to kill Reed if Lou escapes. Like, if you leave again, I will kill your chasseur and eat his heart. And Lou clings to love,
And she
believing...
does say it that, like, cold. I will eat his heart.
Yeah, like his heart is mine to chew.
Yeah.
Lou clings to love, believing Reed will always be a part of her, and she recounts escaping sacrifice by symbolically losing her past, but won't do so again because she loves Reed. So on ritual night, she's basically like,
She's
okay,
not willing to give him up.
I have to die because I don't want his heart eaten
But
by
part
Mama.
of it, she's talking to her old friend Manon. Lou's like, how's your younger sister? She was always prettier than you. Like, she's kind of giving her a hard time. She's like, well, she was killed at 11 years old by the chasseurs. And so that's why I want this nonsense to end. I understand you don't want to give your life, but your life would save so many if you just did. And she like comes to peace with it.
Yeah. So on ritual night, Lou finds Archbishop bound and gagged in Morgane's chambers and refuses Morgane's offer to kill him. So Lou asks if the Archbishop hates her, and he quotes scripture condemning witches. Morgane reveals Lou's death will kill Reed, the king's son, and Morgane bewitches Lou unconscious as she tries to reclaim Angelica's ring. So then back into Reed's perspective, him and his rescue group camps in a snowy forest, avoiding Morgane's spies. Coco and Reed spot chasseurs, led by Jean-Luc, who are startled and diverted by a cat. There's this cat that pops up. That's not a cat. It's some sort of spirit. Helene...
Like nothing in the forest is what it seems.
Yeah. Helene regrets not seeking chasseur help earlier, and Reed distrusts Jean-Luc, refusing alliance. Nearing Chateau Leblanc...
But they don't see each other. They're like hiding from each other.
Right, and Helene has like put a spell on the camp that they're staying at, so they can't be found there.
And that's why, like, if they walked into it, it would be obvious. But because the cat distracted them, they're like, oh, it was just a cat that we heard. It's okay. Let's keep moving.
Yeah. Nearing Chateau Leblanc, only Helene can see. Reed senses Lou's presence, and Coco confirms and shares their childhood friendship. Coco urges Reed to save Lou, and Helene reveals that they will enter as consorts during Madronat, and they alter their appearances and shield them with magic. They basically, like, as the witches are walking in, they're just like, oh, here's a fine young man I can bang out during this festival. Excellent. Walk inside
Come with me.
And then two girls get Reed, and they're like, ooh, you'll both satisfy us. We'll
Because
take
she
you
makes
both.
She makes them. She gives them all the disguises so they don't look like themselves.
Oh, she makes Beau
Reed
ugly as fuck.
She makes Reed super handsome because he's like, how am I going to get a girl? I'm ugly as fuck. And she's like, well, you'll have Reed, who's the most handsome boy in all the land, and he'll make sure you get a girl.
bring you along.
Yes. And the one girl is clearly into girl witches.
Yeah. So
And
she
she's
doesn't
like,
care.
are you sure you don't have a sister?
Yeah.
So Helene reveals the Balisardas were forged from Angelica's tears, not Constantine's, and Reed must leave it behind, which he's like, not my blade.
Yeah.
The disguised group approaches witches and is invited inside. He sees Coco with another witch, but Helene is missing. They cross the bridge to Chateau Leblanc. The snowy courtyard teems with witches celebrating Mondronat and Lou's impeding death. They're so happy to kill this girl.
Yeah, they are.
They all know. They're like, oh, Louise has returned and she's going to get sacrificed tonight. Like, we have to see this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Morgan sits at the throne. An emaciated Lou floats nearby, and Reed is enraged but must stay calm, searching for Helene. So Helene touches Reed through a window, signaling to wait. Like, don't attack yet. I'll tell you. I'll give you the sign.
Tell you when.
She's planning something. She's exhausted. She cannot enter.
She gives him, she's like, I'll give you a sign. But then she walks away and he's like, well, what will the sign be? Like, so he's just like sitting there waiting for some sort of a sign. Could
You'll
that be a
know,
sign?
my child.
But she is exhausted because right now she is protecting their fire camp and she's disguising them all simultaneously. So her
Yes.
magic is draining her. So she's like,
She's got to hold on to it because it's like, you don't want to stay like this forever, right? So I've got to hold on and protect you.
yeah. So Reed dances with the witch to blend in, and Manon reports to Morgan, who smiles ominously. Coco prepares a diversion, and Morgan begins her speech, revealing a bound Helene and accused her of treason. Lou and Reed scream as Morgan stabs Helene. Reed overpowers Morgan, who restrains him magically, and Lou pleads for mercy. Morgan exposes Ansel and Beau as traitors and brings them to the stage, and Lou is thrown onto the altar. She's like, it's time. We're moving this timeline up, and Lou's about to die. As Morgan raises her knife, Coco stabs her, breaking Reed's bonds, and chaos erupts. Beau distracts the witches by stripping and he starts singing Big Titty Liddy.
Yes.
And she's
And
kind
he's
of like,
ugly. Oh, no, he's not ugly anymore.
and she's like, God damn, this man is hilarious. So Reed tries to kill Morgan, but stops when Manon brings the Archbishop hostage to the stage. Morgan slashes Lou's throat. In vision, Reed sees a gold thread linking Lou and the Archbishop. So he starts seeing the magical threads that Lou saw, and he sees, like, so if he kills the Archbishop, it'll save Lou. And so he does. Morgan attacks again and is struck by a chasseur's arrow, and a fight breaks out. Jean-Luc sees Reed with the knife and aims at him. So he's like, oh, he's going to kill the Archbishop. Kill Reed. And Reed's like, not today. Reed escapes with Lou, Ansel, Beau, and Coco, and he rescues Helene, who is still alive. Coco heals Helene with magic, which is her blood in some honey. And Reed asks if Lou can be healed. Coco says Reed's act already healed her, and they anoint all with protected magic and flee, hiding from the witches and the chasseurs. Helene wakes, learning of their escape and the Archbishop's death. Reed admits to sensing a magical pattern or golden thread and suggests he has magic, and Helene warns the king will want Lou dead to protect the royal bloodline. Like, once this gets out, the king's gonna want her dead anyway.
Everyone's going to want her dead now.
Yes. So Coco insists that they go to her aunt's coven for protection. Lou wakes confused and asks if Reed, because he's like, oh, fuck. And she's like, did you just swear?
Yeah.
And then she throws up. Though weak, Lou is grateful to be with Reed and now knows he has magic, and Reed worries he failed her. Lou reassures him of her love, and her mother's betrayal helped her see good and evil aren't simple. They reaffirm their love and understanding, and Lou reunites with Ansel and teases Beau. She warns Morgan will retaliate savagely, and Coco reveals her aunt, La Vousine, leads the Dame Rouges and promises protection despite Lou's fears.
She ends with you don't know who my aunt is?
Yeah. And we were supposed to know, but I didn't know. Did you know?
I didn't realize that her aunt was the head of the Dame Rouge,
Yeah.
and because of the way the lineage works, Coco's next in line
Right.
to be the Dame Rouge lead.
But when that, so it's like Coco and Lou are potentially
The two most
princesses.
powerful
Yes.
in
Yes.
line. Yes.
Yes.
And Reed's pissed at this point because now he knows he's got magic
He's like, what? And he's in days.
But he's like the first dude to ever have
that they know of. Yeah.
Yes.
that they know of.
Yes. And so it's like, she's like, I didn't know man could have magic.
He's
And
like, my whole world has been flipped upside down because I love a witch,
Yeah.
and now I am a witch.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Let's go ahead and we're going to rate this book. Our rating system is done on a 3-shot system. 1 shot is I'm not coming back for more. 2 shots, it's good enough for another, but not worth the hangover. Or 3 shots, it got me. up. I'm rating this. I actually really did like it. And it's funny because I'm going to tell our listeners, Rox, the whole time she was reading it was like, I can't get through it. I'm going to DNF it. So I hadn't started it yet. And I was like, oh man, this is going to be another book of Azrael. It's going to be a struggle, but maybe it'll be okay. I'm just going to start reading it. And I never felt like that. So I don't think it is perfection, height of all of the books I've ever read, but I did really enjoy it. So I'm going to give it a 2 shots. And I am going to go back for the second one.
Wow.
I agree. It's not like the epitome of romantasy, but it was a good book. I've already read the second one. I will not read the third.
Oh.
But
I liked that it was like witchy fantasy.
yes,
I thought that was new for me at least, and I enjoyed it.
I did enjoy the witchiness. I liked Reed and Lou's relationship and how it built up.
Yes.
Because I, right after this book, read the next one, I will give it 3 shots.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay. So no surprise here. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm giving it a 2 shot. I struggled in the first 3 to 5 chapters. And then once it kind of got going and I started to understand what was happening and what the things were, I was in. I liked it.
Oh,
and then once I got
good.
past it, I read the rest of it pretty quickly. I listened to it within a few days after that.
Oh, cool.
So it took me probably 2 weeks to get through the first 10 chapters. But then after that, I think it only took a day and a half to get through the rest.
Oh, nice. That's
So-
cool. You did say I was driving listening to Serpent and Dove and it actually made me laugh out loud.
Yes.
today. I
Yes.
think I'm enjoying it.
Yes, there was moments where I was actually laughing out loud. I felt that it was an interesting storyline. I did like the witchy fantasy.
Yeah.
That one felt better. So a strong 2 shots for this one.
Wow, a solid 2.
So there was no question on a 1.5. It was a
Wow.
solid 2.
Oh, I love that. Yay.
Yes.
Best fantasy book for Rox. The Rox has ever read. I'm just kidding, no. I think part of it is you're getting used to it. I
Maybe.
think that the fantasy world is something you needed to dip your toe in and then dive in. And I feel like maybe we threw you into the deep end really fast.
I feel like you have to look for different things in a fantasy than what you would in a thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. I feel like it was a good book. We rated it well. All
Yeah.
right. That's a wrap on this episode of Literature on the Rocks. We've cast our final spell on Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin. Story full of witches, enemies to lovers, tension, and more sass than sugar. The prompts are already posted, so drop your hottest takes. We know you have them. And don't forget to subscribe because we're here for you every Wednesday with more books, more chaos, and more cocktails.
Yep. And if you found a new favorite or just screamed into the void with us, rate and review. Your words light the path for the next literary wanderer.
Ooh. Keep the story alive by joining us on Instagram and TikTok at LitOnTheRocksPod and head to our website, literatureontherocks.com, where the fiction flows and the opinions are strong.
Until next time, may your magic be potent and your champagne be bottomless. Cheers.
Toodaloo.
Bye.